Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research time for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the brand Saint Helier. Saint Helier is a French brand, and this one was the first fragrance from them to unbox, and today I'm going to give you the update. In terms of the price, you can find it under £30 in United Kingdom. It's Eau de Parfum 100 ml. It says Iris Absolu by Saint Helier, and this is 100 ml Eau de Parfum. It's targeted for men, and yes, it is quite masculine. Although if you like this kind of fragrances, if you're a lady, you can wear it easily, but it leans masculine because it's got that classical masculine smell to it. In terms of the performance, unfortunately, is weak. So you see, that's the thing, you know, when I review fragrances from the Middle East, majority of them are very, very good performers, especially for the price. And when you get that price ratio from European brands, usually they don't perform. This is overall my experience with Middle Eastern versus European fragrances. If you want to get similar performance, similar packaging, similar overall from the Europeans, you have to pay much more. You have to pay at least 60, 70, 80 pounds to get the similarity for the same ratio for what you get around 30 pounds or so from the Middle Eastern brands. So that's why it's a little bit on the disappointing side. Although it says Eau de Parfum, it doesn't behave like Eau de Parfum. It behaves more like Eau de Toilette, and even for Eau de Toilette is not performing well. On my skin went up to 4 hours, and on t-shirt up to 6 hours. So it is a weak to moderate performer. If you overspray, you might stay up to 8 hours on the t-shirt. I put 12 sprays yesterday, 6 on the skin, 6 on t-shirt, and by 8 hours I could still smell it on the material. So if you overspray, you might get a working day out of it. And that's the thing, this one is good for work environment, it's good for maybe gym, it's good for close encounter, and not close encounter, in a confined spaces, because it doesn't have the oomph, it doesn't have the projection, it doesn't have the longevity. So this is very understated, this is very subtle, is quite close to the skin, and after 30 minutes or so it becomes skin scent very quickly. So in terms of projection, I got about 30 minutes of an arm length projection, and after that subside very quickly and it becomes almost a skin scent. You can feel it from time to time a little bit if you overspray. As I said, I went up to 12 sprays of it, and still, and one of the reasons is because the spray doesn't put that much juice. It's like a half a sprayer for a normal sprayer. You go pss, 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 so you need to put more anyway. Maybe up to 12 or 14 spray, and that will take you up to 8 hours on material. So in terms of projection and longevity, and the performance is on the weak side, unfortunately. But on the smell side is very, very good. So it smells very masculine, smells fresh, smells forget the iris. It says Iris Absolu. Forget about that, the name is wrong as well, which is another thing. Why call it Iris Absolu? There's no iris. There are other things in here, but there's no iris. So at least to my nose, from my experience, from my you know, when I'm doing this video, so there's no iris. But let me read you the ingredients and we take it from there. So on top we have cardamom. This is their own note breakdown, which is quite minimalistic, which to some extent is correct because this is a simple fragrance overall. So cardamom, in the mid we have cedar and lavender, in the base we have caraway and vetiver. Yeah, all of these things are here. Apart from the citrus is not mentioned. When it opens up with a big citrus, cardamom, sorry, citrus like grapefruit and lemon and bergamot to some extent together, giving it very bright, very happy, very inviting feel to it. So the first 30 minutes, as I said, it projects quite well, but after that you don't feel it at all. I mean, you don't feel it that much. Cardamom, yes, there is a spicy aspect to it. The spiciness here is a fresh spice, it's not a warm spice, but overall it's quite a fresh spice. So it is spicy, but it is fresh side of spices. And also everything in here is a hint. It's not, you know, deep and dense by any means. So you get a hint of cardamom. The cedar is by far probably the biggest player here. It's in the base and you can feel it, but the cedar here is clean again, very clean wood. Lavender, again, the second biggest player after cedar, which is giving it that aromaticness and that almost barbershopy feel, almost classical feel to it, and quite aromatic, and it's quite clean again. It's a little bit on the soapy side, but overall it's clean. It's not medicinal, earthy or anything like that. Caraway and vetiver, yes, caraway here giving it again that hint of spiciness and hint of herbalness and greenness, and also the vetiver giving it that green grassy, little bit of earthy feel. Overall it's quite clean, it's quite refreshing, it's quite fresh, masculine on the classical side, little bit of barbershop feel to it, little bit of classical feel to it, and green, little bit of grassiness, but everything in here is in moderation and hint. So if you like it subtle, this is for you. If you like it close to the skin, this is for you. If you like it maybe for confined spaces and you don't want to shout too much, this is for you. If you are you need to be definitely over 25 and up to enjoy this, maybe even 30 and up, because it's got that classical feel to it, that fresh, spicy, green, aromatic, woody. Overall this is the gist of it. So in terms of smell, I like it very much, but in terms of performance, I don't. Price, if you find it discounted, maybe under £20, maybe if this is, you don't mind the performance of it. But for me it was a bit of disappointing, apart from the smell itself, which is quite nice, but the performance and the price ratio for me is you know, too much, not too much, but it doesn't justify it, because you know, for this price under £30, at least I need it to 6 hours plus on the skin, something like that, 6 to 8 hours to justify it. So I can't recommend it unless you like this smell, and you obviously the smell is nice, but you like it subtle, understated, close to the skin, doesn't shout up too much, doesn't jump off the skin too much. So for that, maybe there is an application, but overall it's fresh, is quite simple. It doesn't you know, it's not complicated, it's not complex by any means, but this kind of smell done many times before, although the smell itself is very nice, and also the combination of notes are very well done, but there's not enough of it. It's not, there's no oomph, there's no, you know, hit, there's no, as I said, I went 12 plus 12 sprays of it, and still it was like a hint of it here and there. I could smell it on t-shirt up to 8 hours on this, you know, 12 sprays of it. So I can't recommend it for that reason. If you don't mind the performance, yes, it smells good and it's nice quality to it. Although when it opens up, it doesn't open alcohol or anything like that. Maybe a hint of alcohol in the beginning, just a few seconds, and then it goes away. But after that, you smell the fragrance itself, and it doesn't have that, you know, it's not harsh, it's not chemical or anything like that. So for that, it smells good. But if you are going to buy it, you need to go heavy on the trigger, maybe up to 15 sprays of it to, you know, feel something. And also you don't mind fragrance that it doesn't shout too much, or it doesn't perform that well, or is not going too far from you, you know, it's just a small bubble around you all the time. Okay guys, in terms of season, very versatile, you can use it all year round. In terms of, obviously it's better suited for warmer weather, In terms of occasion, very casual, because it doesn't perform. If it performed, it would have been a very, very nice fragrance. I mean, it would have been highly recommended. But because it doesn't perform, it's like, what's the point of a nice fragrance if you don't smell it? You know what I mean? Unless you go very heavy on the trigger. As I said, if you find it for under £20 and you go heavy on the trigger, even if you go up to 20 sprays of it, then you might get something, and then it doesn't, you know, it's not bad. Okay, guys, so if you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to not bring you fragrances like this in future. I'll bring you better fragrances. You know, my instinct most of the time are correct. You know, I was hesitant to get this, and now I know why. You know what I mean? Anyway, so if you wanna purchase one of my own perfumes, then you are talking. They are ultra beast mode, 24 hours on your skin, huge, massive projection, house filler, road filler, the other side of the road filler, amazing, yeah. And they are very unique, very artistic, very mesmerizingly beautiful, mysterious. But you need to live in United Kingdom in order to purchase them. I leave them in the link. They are ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money. Thank you very much as always, and I'll see you later. Bye.